What's up guys, Match the Gamer here. Do me a solid if you like this video and the content in it, plus content on the rest of my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Now without further ado, let's get into the video. What's up guys, Match the Gamer here to review Dragon Ball Super episode 42. Boy, what an interesting episode. I have seen a lot of different people talking about the episode, what went down in it, what didn't go down in it, and opinions on certain things. So, without further ado, let's break down what happened. So, many of you, like myself, may have seen the preview last week for this week's episode, and it appeared, what I thought was going to go down was, if you remember the joke episode where Hercule imagined himself, or not imagined himself, but did a video or something where essentially he's trying to say that it was him that fought Beerus and stuff like that. And you remember, he had, the Super Saiyan hair and all that crazy stuff. That is all basically a joke right there. Well, I thought that's what this episode was going to be, like some sort of joke episode for Hercule to say, oh, I did this, I won some Universal Tournament. Well, that's not exactly what went down. Hercule had some minor involvement, real minor, but he wasn't really the center of this episode. But anyways, let's get into what went down, and we'll get to that whenever we get there, okay? So, we open up, and there appears to be a party or something about to take place at Capsule Corporation. The scene looks eerily familiar to the opening moments of the Battle of Gods movie where Bulma's birthday party took place. No, Bulma's birthday party's not going on. It hasn't been a whole year yet, or she hasn't aged. Okay, that ain't what's going down. Anyways, she's setting up a party to basically celebrate the fact that Team Universe 7 won the tournament. And she's telling Whis and Beerus to come to the party and make sure they bring Manoka along because he played a big part in the tournament. So after they hang up, of course, they are going to get ready, but Beerus decides not to bring Manoka along or even tell him about it because, well, Manoka's actually a weakling, and the big secret hasn't been spoiled for everybody yet to reveal that Manoka's a weakling. He wants it to stay a secret, so that way it motivates Goku to get stronger. Well, little does he know, while he's on his way to Earth with Whis, Manoka has arrived there, and we find out what his day job is. He is a delivery man for some universe service. He's bringing some sweets there that Jocko ordered for the party, some very special sweets, apparently the best in the freaking universe. So, he drops those off, and everybody else is still completely unaware of the fact Manoka's a weakling. Well, of course, we find out Goku's sleeping on top of the tractor out in his radish field right now. He's not there at the moment. He's just napping. He hasn't woke up yet to come there. And while everybody's conversing and asking Manoka how he's been, etc., etc., Goten and Trunks decide to pick up some of the candy, and they start kind of tugging over robots, arguing over what you should and shouldn't do, and I believe it was Trunks lost grip, and his elbow hits Manoka in the side, which causes Manoka to go flying, hit the table, break it, and he starts crying. I did forget to mention earlier, upon arriving, Hercule did hit up Manoka saying, have you thought about my offer to become the mascot for my gym? And to entice him, he had one of the his staff members come out there wearing what I can only equate to a Disney-esque mascot costume, but it looks like Manoka instead wearing Hercule's belt and Hercule's white cape, if you know what I'm talking about. But other than that, it looks like Manoka just a lot taller wearing a Hercule belt and the cape. Anyways, going back to what went down, so Manoka's crying, and everybody comes to find out what's really going on, that he's perhaps not all that strong, and sure enough, Whis and Beerus arrive, and Beerus freaks out and stuff, and everybody starts calling him out on it. So as he's about to explain the truth, sure enough, Goku warps in with instant transmission, and Beerus gets scared and jumps as he's about to explain what went down. And Chi-Chi gets on to Goku saying, how dare you come here like that? You shouldn't be dressed in such filthy clothes. Go back home and change. So instead of using instant transmission to go back, he flies away. Of course, I guess after flying so far, he could have just instant transmission again, halfway there or whatever. But either way, he flew off instead of warping away real fast. So while this is going down and stuff, Beerus then gets an opportunity to explain, but he gets about mad whenever Bulma again interrupts him and stuff, and then Vegeta gets her to chill out and explains, hey, here's what's really going on, and then Beerus basically was like, exactly, that's what's going on, and then Goku warps back in again, this time in his old gi we are used to seeing him wear the traditional Turtle Hermit looking gi, not the new one that Whis made for him. And speaking of which, Vegeta's also wearing his old battle armor now. So I don't know why they're wearing old gear. Bulma could easily make Vegeta that suit again if she wanted to. I guess Vegeta just wanted to go back to his old gear. And Goku maybe felt like just wearing his old gi, I don't know. Either way, I'm not complaining, it's just something to point out for whatever reason they're wearing their old gear again. So, back on topic. Of course, Beerus jumps, and Goku then wants to proceed to take Minoka off to the side to go and spar with him, because he's still got it in his head, oh, Minoka's the strongest, I gotta fight him. So, as he's going to do this, Beerus stops him and says, no, I won't allow you unless you do 3 trillion sit-ups. And Goku's like, oh, okay. So Goku literally goes off to the side, lays on the ground, and starts doing a bunch of sit-ups really fast, so much, so that dust starts flying up from him doing this. And Beerus is like, God, he's fast, you know, freaking out. So while he's doing this, he's thinking that may have bought him some time, and then Goku gets up, comes over here, he's like, all right, done. And he's like, there's no way, even if you did so much every second, it'd still take you X amount of years to do it. And then Goku starts explaining how he counted. And from the sounds of it, Goku, whenever he gets up to the trillions, he messes up. He thought that how you count trillions was, 1 trillion, 2 trillion, 3 trillion. And Beerus called him out on it. He goes, aw. So then Goku still decides to drag Minoka away and try to fight him. So while this is going on, Chaozu tries to stop Goku from going away by using some sort of, I guess, not telepathy. What's the word I'm looking for here? God, I can't even think. Telekinesis, there we go. He uses telekinesis of some sort with ki to try to slow Goku down, but it ain't really slowing him down per se. I mean, my body feels heavier for some reason, but I mean, Goku weren't really struggling too bad. It's just, he weren't sure what was going on. And then, while this is going down, Trunks comes up with an idea to help Beerus keep up Minoka's identity thing he set up for him. He tells Beerus that he should wear the Minoka costume in order to, take on Goku in Minoka's place. And while this is going on, Beerus is basically pondering, should I not? Is it really necessary for me to do this? And then, of course, Goku gets out of Chaozu's little ability, still continues walking, so Krillin then jumps in and says, sorry, Goku, and then uses the Solar Flare technique, which blinds him, and obviously he can't see temporarily. So Beerus decides, okay, fine. So he throws on a costume and proceeds to get in place where Minoka was, and they move Minoka out of the way. And then just as they're getting ready to fight, Bulma walks over there and tells them to go over another way, so that way they won't destroy the area that they're currently in eating. So of course they do. And the fight begins. And as the fight progresses, we see that Beerus is trying his best to preserve the costume so as not to break the whole thing he's trying to do, not blow Minoka's cover. So he throws a punch, and the cloth for the costume actually breaks around Beerus' fist, so he puts his fist behind his back trying to cover it up, and proceeds to fight some more. And then as the fight goes, a rip opens up in the back of the costume, almost exposing Beerus' tail. So Vegeta and Piccolo hop up there trying to cover up the situation. And then Goku's like, what's going on? They're like, I don't know myself. And then they try to say, oh, it appears Minoka has the ability to manipulate people. So while that's going on, they're Beerus takes off the Hercule cape on the costume and wraps it around his waist, basically to cover up his exposed tail. And then while this is happening, Piccolo throws his arm and like, oh, my arm, I cannot control it, and stretches out his arm to punch Goku, and then Vegeta calls out Piccolo for being a bad actor. That was a funny moment in this episode. And then, excuse me, after that, Vegeta goes to do something, but just as he's about to throw his fist, Beerus grabs Vegeta and throws him at Piccolo, thus throwing them away. And then Beerus starts laughing inside the costume. He's actually excited. He wants to fight. So Beerus starts punching Goku, going all out now. Like, he's not going full force, I don't think, but he's going damn near it. So while this is going on, they're saying maybe they should stop before they destroy things. Not Beerus and Goku, but Whis is down there watching, and everybody's sitting there saying, maybe they should. And Whis says, oh, Beerus has been wanting to fight for a while now. After all the excitement of the tournament, this is just really a way for him to get some pent up fighting out. So he really wanted to fight. So he's fighting Goku, and I want to remind everybody, Goku has been fighting Beerus in base form right now. He has not gone past base form. He's staying as he is. He didn't use Kaioken. He didn't use Super Saiyan Blue or even regular Super Saiyan. This is base Goku using God Ki. So Goku's handling Beerus pretty well. I'm pretty sure if he would have went and transformed, he might have even been able to match Beerus blow for blow, but it looked like it was relatively even. I don't even think Beerus is giving a damn about the costume anymore after a certain point. Anyways, Whis finally steps in after finishing his food to stop Goku and Beerus from fighting further so they wouldn't destroy the planet. And they lower down, and of course Goku is like, "Oh, really?" And then Whis says, "Of course, Lord Beerus says so." And then we look down, and Puar used his transformation technique. For those you don't know, go back and watch Dragon Ball. Oolong and Puar went to a transformation school where they learned how to change their appearance. They could physically change how they appeared. But in this case, Puar chose to make himself look like Beerus, and basically asked for the fighting to cease. So they agreed. They jumped down, and as everything's settling off, like, Yamcha blows Beerus' cover. He says, "Wow, Monoko over there really passed out while y'all were fighting," and then everybody's like, "Oh," and then Yamcha goes, "Oh, I screwed up," and Beerus looked like he's about to destroy the planet, like everything got all weird and crazy, and Vegeta's like, "So it comes down to this again. Getting ready to fight him." And then, Goku, of course, being the idiot that he is, walks over there, and instead of realizing this is clearly a guy in a costume, he goes, "Oh, you can separate yourself like Majin Buu. I'm really going to train if I want to beat you, aren't I?" And it's like, just, everything chills out and everything's fine. And then Beerus takes off the costume. He's sweating from wearing it, because it gets hot in those costumes. So, and ultimately, that's pretty much how the whole episode went. It's very funny and simple, not very serious. It's, I think, for them, a way to cool down all the excitement that's been going on, let everybody chill out, have some relaxing episodes. In fact, the next episode seems to be another one of that type, except not quite as much action. The preview for next episode has Goku babysitting Pan because his ki is out of control from the Universe Tournament. It's not explicitly stated how it's out of control, but from my understanding, he can't use his instant transmission properly, and he even destroyed his own home. So he's babysitting Pan in the meantime while it's being repaired. That pretty much covers everything. So I want to thank y'all for watching. What did y'all think of the episode? I thought it was great. I give this one a good 3.5 stars. It's not a full 5 because there wasn't a lot of action, but I get what they were trying to do. It was mostly comedy, a little bit of action, but mostly for comedic stuff. Very hilarious. So, yeah, a good 3.5 stars. Maybe 4.5. Like, let's give it a 4.5 stars. Let's do that. All right. What do y'all think? What's your rating on the episode? 4 out of 5, 4.5, whatever. Let me know. But thanks for watching. Make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe. Check out the official Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch pages. All linked down below in the description. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and it pretty much covers everything. So, yeah, peace, guys. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z/Kai, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super are all owned by Fuji TV, Toei Animation, Funimation, and Akira Toriyama. I do not claim to own any of these. The video and any images that appear were used under fair use.